Hi everyone, my name is Lea and I really like to knit. I never thought I have to make a video like this. I had to abandon a sweater project. Okay, jokes aside. I've actually been planning on this video for quite a while and I was really excited about it. But spoiler alert, I didn't manage to finish the sweater. I'm talking about the anemone sweater by Knitting for Olive. It's a beautiful pattern, a beautiful sweater, and I was really excited to knit this. But yeah, I didn't finish it for quite a few different reasons, which I'll talk a bit more about in the outro. I put a lot of work and time already into the sweater, so instead of just quietly moving on, I thought I'd just share the little vlog that I've made so far, and at the end of the video, in the outro, we'll talk a bit more about what actually went wrong, what I've learned, and what my plans are for the future, for maybe the sweater. I have one or two ideas, and yeah, so I now let the whole vlog play as I intended it to, and I'll see you again for the outro. Hi, I'm currently editing this video and I just realized that the clip I'm about to show you, or wanted to show you, has extremely bad audio quality. I'm not sure what happened. It sounds so nasty. I'll give you a little preview. I struggle a bit with pronunciation of the sweater. Sounds great, right? So now I will talk you through everything that I said in this clip and we'll see from there. The audio gets a bit better at the end of the clip, hopefully. We'll see. So yeah, I should have taken this as a sign that this project may be a bit cursed if I have checked the clip back then. Let's get going. Like I already mentioned, I tried knitting the anemone sweater by Knitting for Olive, which is a beautiful colorwork sweater, and I had my eye on this pattern since I don't know how long. I've seen so many videos on YouTube about it and pictures on Reddit. If you're a knitter, the chance is very high that you've already also seen the sweater. And in this clip, I'm showing you the yarn that I'll be using for the anemone sweater, which is Drops Baby Merino in a few different colors. For the base color of the sweater, I just used plain white, which is number 1, I believe. And then we have this green color, which I'll be using for the leaves, for the stems of the flowers, which is the color 38 Olive. This is the first color for the flower head, which is 11 Ice Blue. Then we have this yellow, which is the number 45, and the name's called Lemon Punch. This is number 5, Light Pink. Number 51, Bordeaux, and I was going on that it's the almost exact same color as my cardigan, which it isn't really, but you know, I'll take it. And the last color, number 13, Bleu Marine, I guess. I don't know about the pronunciation. And now comes the part where I first went terribly wrong. I did a gauge swatch, if you can call it that. I talk more about it in the outro, so I'm not going into detail. But I did what I believed was good enough of a gauge swatch, and I hit gauge with 4.5mm needles, or so I believed. And yeah, 4.5mm needles I'll be using for this project, and I'll be knitting the sweater in size large because I wanted it a bit more oversized. I completely forgot about this part. When I first did my gauge swatch, I thought I hit gauge with 4mm needles, and I started doing the ribbing for the sweater with a bit smaller needles, and I thought I did the ribbing with 3.5mm needles. But I actually did them with 3mm needles, and it came out way too small. And I also back then knitted the sweater in size medium, so I had to undo the full ribbing, which took me quite a few days, and thought back then, okay, I'll size up my needles and also do a size large so that I have it a bit more oversized, which is quite funny because the sweater will grow so much. Okay, and now the audio will be finally better again. So thank you for listening to my first ever and only knitting podcast.
So yeah, size large, 4.5mm needles. And now we come to the cool part of this intro where I show you how much I've already done so far. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts. Here we go. Ta-da! That's so cool. I love this. I'm using a smaller cable so that I can knit seamlessly in the round instead of magic loop what I'm normally doing. I'm very much enjoying the knitting progress so far. The reason why I'm showing you this progress first instead of just starting to vlog and knit is that I wanted to get a bit of experience with the sweater, because for this sweater I tried a new technique which is called the ladder back jacquard. I've linked the tutorial that really helped me in the description. Basically what you're doing with this technique is that you create an invisible stitch that holds your float. Then when you don't need them, you just basically knit two together and it disappears into the wrong side. This is the first time that I'm using this technique, so I'm probably not doing this expertly, but I think I'm doing it good enough. I'm catching my float after more than 5 stitches, so every 6 stitches. And for the 24 rounds pattern repeat, which are 2 flowers, I've used the ladder back jacquard in only 8 rounds, so 4 rounds per flower. I'm really liking this technique. I have some free time today, so I'll definitely get a few more rounds in, but I'm currently on round, where's my counter? I'm currently on round 4, and I have to knit around 12 to finish 1 flower. As you could imagine, we have many ends to weave in, many. I'll probably should weave a few of them in, if not all, so that I don't hate myself in the end when I'm finishing the sweater and that I need to weave in all the ends, so that futurely I won't get angry. I already told you that I only have 6 balls of the white yarn, and yeah, I knitted this much. And this is my second ball of yarn, so I maybe, when I'm lucky, I can knit the body with the white yarn, but I won't have enough. I'm a bit, what's the right word? I'm not angry, maybe disappointed, because like I said, just ordered some yarn for my Esther sweater and a few different other projects, and I really wish I would have thought through my existing yarn stash and the projects that I'm planning with it, because I could have ordered a few more balls of the white baby merino yarn. So the question now is, do I order this yarn and the other yarn and pay another time for shipping? I'll probably just order more of this baby merino yarn in white. How many more balls would I need? Yeah, I'll just knit a few more flowers, see how far I've come. And what I also didn't mention is that I'm planning on steeking this project. This will be my first time steeking. Of course, I'm a bit nervous about this, but I've watched a few videos about the steeking technique and I will get this. So I have faith in me that I'll get this right and this will work out perfectly fine. But of course, there's always this fear, this anxiety in the back of your head that tells you that you've just cut through all the yarn and ruined your project. I'll be steeking this. I'm always excited to try new things, only knitting of course. In other parts of my life, no thank you. Just kidding. So yeah, in this sweater I'll be using the ladder back jacquard technique for the first time, and I'll be steeking so that I can knit seamlessly in the round until I can do the neck, and then I'll steek the armholes. This will be cool. And now it's time for me to make myself a cup of coffee, hop on my PC and hopefully play 1 or 2 rounds of Fortnite with my friends that are online. This is some kind of tradition we're doing. When we are all on our lunch break, we'll meet on Fortnite, play 2 rounds, lose, and then we all rage quit. No, I'm just kidding. We don't rage quit, but it's very funny. You have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. So send thoughts and prayers to me, please, that I can finish the third flower today. And if not, who cares?
Hi, welcome to my living room. I haven't knitted that much since we last talked, only maybe one round. I introduced the dark blue color and now I'm in the mood for some TV, so I'll be watching one episode of my current show, The Killing. I'm currently on season 1. I'm really enjoying this so far. If you're into crime thriller shows, maybe give it a watch. So I'm on round 6 currently. This is the one round where I knit with 3 colors at the same time. Then I can cut off the green and just do the petals. I'm making good progress. I'm happy about that. And now I sit back, relax and watch my show. Yippee! I just started my 3rd pattern repeat. So 2 flowers are 1 repeat. And I'm almost there introducing the last color, which is this beautiful red. And I'm knitting size large, if you remember. I want this to be hopefully a bit oversized, a bit wider. And size large calls for 3 pattern repeats, so 6 flowers in total. And then probably 1 additional flower, so 6 flowers in total. What? No, so 7 flowers in total, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. I will knit the next flower, the red one, and then probably try it on and see if I like the length. Maybe do another flower, which will, I believe, again be the light blue. I don't think that I'll do 7 flowers. This would probably be too long, I think. I'm enjoying my time knitting this. I'm taking my time with this. Yesterday evening I went to bed early and watched my current show, which is The Killing, in bed and just knitted away, which was really, really nice. I had a great evening. Maybe I'll do that again later this evening, but maybe then in the living room. We'll see. I have a few more episodes to go until I finished season 1 of The Killing. I'm currently in round 2. I finished round 2. Here's my... It's so hard to show you this 1 second. I dropped a stitch, of course. I'm almost at round 3, where I'll start doing the leaves for the stem. After a few more rounds, I can introduce the red color, which will be lovely, I believe. This pattern is really fun to knit so far. I'm enjoying taking my time with it, and it's really nice to have a second project as well on the needles, so that when I'm feeling exhausted and want to see a bit more progress,
to keep my motivation going, I go back to my other project, which is currently the Berlin scarf. That's fun. Today is Saturday and I just got back from running a few errands. I already knitted around, or maybe even 2, I'm not sure where I started. But I think I'll take a little break from knitting and go into the living room and read a bit my current book for my little book club me and my friend are having. At the moment we are reading... what's the book called? Goodreads. I know the title. At the moment we are reading Not Quite Dead from Holly Jackson. I really like her work as an author. She did the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, which I really enjoyed. This book is really good so far. We're currently at around 50%. And I have to catch up on a few chapters before next week. So I'll do that in a few minutes. And later this evening I have exciting plans. We are playing Fortnite. That was all I wanted to catch you up on. I'm almost there introducing the last color. Probably will knit this a bit shorter than the pattern says for size large. Dropped another stitch, amazing. I also should look up a tutorial for steeking. I know in theory what I need to do, but I'll have to refresh it in my mind and watch maybe 1 or 2 videos about the whole thing so that I'm 100% confident that I will rock this. I'm happy. This looks very cute. I'm enjoying the colors, I'm enjoying the yarn. I'm just enjoying myself knitting this. And this will probably take me some time until I'm finishing it. I see you when I have another update. Goodbye.
3 days later.
A few days ago I finished the red flower and therefore the 5th, and I just laid the sweater on the floor on top of my Esther sweater, which I really like the length of, and it goes almost to the underarms. A little bit is missing, so I decided to knit 1 more flower. If you remember correctly, and if I remember correctly, I'm knitting size large, and size large calls for 7 flowers in total. I currently have 5. I think 7 will be too long, so maybe I'll go with 6. I start with the 6th flower now, which is, I believe, the color yellow. Yes, the color yellow. So I'll do that. And then maybe the sweater is long enough for my liking and we can start with the top part of the body, where I want to also knit in the round and afterwards do the steeking for the armholes. 1 more flower to go, yippee!
3 weeks later.
Happy Halloween, you lovely people. Today's Friday and I love myself a good Friday. I spent the morning working and cleaning the apartment, and because today is Halloween, I will be driving to meet up with 2 of my friends and we'll be watching some Halloween movies, some scary movies, probably making pizza. Amazing. And I just spent the last hour knitting on my anemone sweater. Anemone sweater? I'm so sorry about the name. Anemone sweater. I really don't know why this is so hard for me. I'm sorry. So I figured out the whole steeking situation. It isn't that hard. The hardest thing about the whole steeking situation for me was to read everything in the pattern, because I can get a bit overwhelmed when there's way too much text. So I watched a few videos, I've linked them in the description. The steeking itself I'll do later, of course. I'm just doing the preparation. I made this a bit harder for myself than it actually should be, just because I knitted 1 flower less than the pattern in size large says to. So when the pattern says beginning on round X, I have to be on round Y, and I have to know that. But it's also not that hard, because it's just the same flower design, just on a different stitch. Does this make sense? I know what I have to do, but I just have to be mindful and pay very good attention to the pattern. Just a little heads up. I hope I'm doing this right. I'm confident that I'm doing this right, and I'm confident that I will get the sweater right, that everything will work out. But I know that my tension, especially in the beginning, isn't that great. But I'm also very confident that blocking will help me, so please be nice. Okay, I show you my little sweater now. Okie dokie. Of course I'm showing you this while working with 3 strands of yarn, but I can cut one. Where are my scissors? I can cut the green one, right? Yes. I'm currently making the petals in light blue, and this is how much I've done so far. I am currently on the beginning of the next round. Here you can see the 5 stitches that I casted off and the preparation for my steeking stitches. Here you can see the second side. I had to do a few decreases, not that many. And now I just have to work in the round for the colorwork pattern a few more times until I have, I think, 2 more flowers, this one and another. And then I can probably start with the front neckline. This looks really nice. Like I said, my tension isn't the best. The fit will hopefully be nice. It looks really cool. I like this. I'm currently switching the colors for the flowers like I saw on the pattern page on Ravelry. Oh my god. I wanted to mention something. I'm currently editing my Esther sweater vlog, which should be long online. And I realized something when I edited this. I always said to this point, Ravelry. It's Ravelry. And I cringe a bit every time I'm saying this. So I want to clarify. I know that it's called Ravelry, but like with the anemone sweat. In German it's called anemone. Anemone. You know, the name of the sweater. I'm sorry about that. What did I want to say? Oh, what I actually wanted to say is that I'm doing the exact same color pattern for the flowers like I saw on the pictures for the pattern on the Ravelry store page and on the picture in the pattern on my computer. But my sweater will be a bit longer than the picture I'm currently seeing. So I have to figure out myself when I'm reaching the end what colors I'm doing. I have around 2 more hours here at home before I have to leave to meet up with my friends. I have to drive for 1 hour over there. I just made myself a coffee. I have a few more episodes of The Killing Season 2 to go, which I'm currently watching. Probably see you tomorrow. Goodbye. I don't know exactly when the last time was that we talked time-wise. I know that I just started with the steeking stitches and I have a bit more to show you now. So why not do that? I made quite a bit of progress. I tried to show you that without tangling my yarn too much. I'm just at the end of a round. So this is my current progress. A long tube. And here are my steek stitches so far. Yeah, this looks very interesting in my opinion. This is the other side. Very cute. And I'm currently on the last flower repeat and then I'm doing the front neckline steek stitches. I'm really enjoying color work as the techniques at the moment. It's just very nice to switch it up with every project. My last project was the heart sweater where I just knitted a bit of color work and mostly plain stockinette. That was really nice. Then I had my Esther sweater where I created a texture with just knit and purl stitches. Now I'm doing a whole color work project, and before all of that, I knitted my Moby sweater, which was a cable sweater, and this looks amazing. I am so excited to wear this one, and I really believe that this will be a very great fit. I should definitely sit down in the near future and weave in all the loose ends that I have. I already did that once. Today is Monday and I just got off work. I have my little afternoon coffee and now I'll head into the living room and decorate a bit.
I got a few things that I want to try. Some plastic vines I want to wrap around the lamp we have above the dining table, and just to pimp it a bit up like I have with my wall back there. Yeah, I'll just take a little break from knitting, decorate in the living room for some time. I hope I can finish the last flower today. We'll see. So that I can probably start maybe today or tomorrow with the steek stitches for the front neckline. That sounds like a plan. Yes, it does. Stößchen! I got a new water bottle, and of course it's pink, like everything on my desk. It's the accent color for my room. It's getting a bit dark, but I hope you can see me fine. Of course, I have an update, that's why I'm talking to you. I finished all the rounds that I have to do, and now I can finally do the opening for the front neck. Amazing, and do the steeking stitches. Another steek. Very fun, very fun. Now I have to open up the pattern and see where exactly I do the bind off, and in the next round do the casting on. The sweater is quite long and I really enjoy the look of it. What a fantastic pattern. And I'm really excited to block this thing. And I dropped stitches. I fix this in a second. I have only this ball and another ball of yarn left. I should be able to finish the body and the neckband with it. Hopefully. I don't want to jinx myself, but hopefully. I'm living in the city center of my little town, and in a few days there's this big street festival, and it's so busy outside already. So many cars and so many people who want to park their car. They always honking their horn. It's quite enjoyable for me to watch what's going on outside while I can sit here and judge people for their parking. We have the most stunning weather today. It's currently Friday and the start of the little fair that we will have this weekend in my little city, and I'm living in the middle of it. I'm excited to see what's going on in the city. So yeah, this will be exciting. Finally something happening here. Let me show you what we got on at the current moment on my needles. If I've read the pattern correctly, and I should have, I am on my last flower repeat. I used yellow, and now I have to decide what the last color should be. And by seeing all this, I think it will be pink. So here are the armholes. Here is the front and my freshly started back opening for the neck. I don't have that much on it. I'm currently doing the 16 rounds with 8 decreases that I need to do. And once I'll finish that, I should do the dividing round, where I knit to the steek stitches, bind them off, and then I can place the shoulder stitches on some waste yarn and sew them together with the probably Kitchener stitch. Like I already mentioned, I think the length of the sweater is quite nice. At the moment it's just a very long flowery tube. Steeking is quite exciting, she says, and has never steeked before. I just did the preparation so far. But I still have to do the forced stitches with the crochet needle. Probably I'll sew with my sewing machine over the stitches so that I can have maximum security. When I finish this ball of yarn, I have only one more ball of yarn left. I should be able to do the neck band with it. I'll order some more yarn. Probably today we'll finish the body. This would be very cool. And I can almost start with my last petal rounds and are doing them in pink, like I already mentioned. Pink is the right color, I believe. I'm still watching my show, The Killing. I'm currently on the season 3. I watched season 1 and 2, and it's very heavy, and I cried at the end. But I really like this show. The weather is perfect, I don't have to work anymore today, so I just enjoy my knitting project, my show, make myself a coffee, do some online yarn shopping, because why not? I need the yarn anyway. Today is the day. Today is the day that I finally do my first steek, I'm pretty sure. Because yesterday I finished the first shoulder. I sewed them together using the Kitchener stitch. So now I have to sew together the second shoulder. And then I can start reinforcing the steek stitches before I cut them. It looks really funny. And I'm so excited to cut this. This is also very scary, but I reinforce it as good as I can. Hopefully this is a good length. It makes me a bit nervous that I can't try it on. This will be my little project for today. It's time for the Kitchener stitch. And finally, the steeking. Let's go. It looks a bit messy, but I just finished my first 2 reinforcement stitches for the, I think this is the front, seems like it. I had some leftover white sock yarn, and I basically started with the left chain up, turned my work, and then worked from the top, which was then the bottom, all the way down. I have the video tutorial that I used linked in the description. It was really nice and helpful. So I just did that, and I should be able to now cut, but I won't. I want to reinforce it a bit more by using, oh, I was looking at my sewing machine, sorry, by using my sewing machine for extra security. It's getting real. Ladies and gentlemen, I just did my first steek. Yay! Woo! If I'm showing you it this way, it doesn't look like much. Ta-da! I just did the tiniest steek. Here was it. And now it's open. Here's the other side here. And next I'll do this part. And then I have the whole neck opening. Super cool. So I first did the crochet stitch reinforcement with a crochet chain. That was really easy. Then I went over it with my sewing machine, and then I cut it. And then I did on both sides a mattress stitch along the edge 2 times. So maximum security. And after that I want to pick up all the stitches for the neck opening and do that. Really cool. Next is this one. And I come back to you when I have the whole neck opening, and then I can put my head through it. Yippee! Oh, and also a friend of mine is flying today from Germany to Iceland, and I really, really like to track flights. So open up my favorite flight tracking site and track their flight the whole day, as if it will take the whole day. It's just a few hours, but I'm excited for that. And later we'll be going on the fair that is outside my apartment. It is so unbelievably
noisy outside and I 100% get copyright striked for all the music they are playing outside. So we are doing this very quick. I just steeked the whole sweater. It took me the whole day and I'm now gonna try it on. 1 second. Alright. Yeah. It's definitely a long sweater. Oh wow. This is so big. What have I done? This will finally be the oversized sweater of my dreams. I'm sorry for the terrible lighting, but what can I do? It's pitch black dark outside. I have the whole blinking lights outside. It's very loud. It's absolutely terrible. But I wanted to show you the progress of my sweater so that I can start with the neckline. That's why we're here now. So now it's finally time to start with the neckband. And for that I should have enough yarn. I cast on these stitches for the neckband, but of course I first have to see what the pattern says for it. But yeah, my first steeking was a success. Why did I wait like 1 minute to say this? Yeah, it was a success all in all. It was my first time. I'm glad I did that. We have a small problem. Or shall I say a large one? What happened? Well, blocking happened. Let me sit down. After steeking, I did the neck. And after I did that, I just had the urge to block the body. And I'm glad I did. I'm very glad I did it. So the good news is the color work really flattened out, as I hoped it would. But the sweater grew so ridiculously large that I now have to troubleshoot with you a little bit. Hi, it's me again. I'm currently editing this video like I already mentioned in the beginning, and this part you're currently seeing is over 10 minutes long, if not even 15 minutes, and I thought I sped it up a bit and give you the key parts for what I was going for with my little troubleshooting. My idea for shortening the body was actually to put a lifeline right above the ribbing I did at the bottom of the sweater, and then just between the pink or blue color I'm currently showing you, and then unravel the part in between so that I have two separate pieces, the rest of the sweater and the ribbing, and then sewing them together with the Kitchener stitch. But while I was talking to the camera, I realized how comically large the armholes were. But I didn't think I could fix this somehow. At first I was sure I can manage this, but the more I talked about it, the clearer I got the picture that this probably wouldn't be fixable. But of course I at least had to try it. So I just casted the sleeves on. If I'm honest, I'm a bit over this project. I'm working on this for so long and I know I need to do so much more. And in this clip I was basically just complaining about how much more work I have to do with the sweater and how unmotivating it was for me to work on this. But that I was of course finishing this sweater, my motivation was hanging by a thread. But yeah, this was the last clip that I filmed, and I was also showing you a few of my crochet projects that I was also working on at the time. But after this clip I realized that I wasn't going to finish the sweater. Yeah, goodbye. Okay, shall we talk about this project? First of all, I want to be very clear about one thing. None of this is the pattern's fault. The pattern itself is actually really great. Very well written and thoughtfully designed. I really like it. And everything that went wrong is 100% on me and my decisions. So, one thing I know for sure is that I would have realized that this yarn isn't the best choice for this sweater project if I had done a proper gauge swatch. And with proper, I mean not just knit a few rows up and measure it then, don't do any blocking and just go with it. If I had done a proper gauge swatch, including blocking, I would have realized how much the yarn will grow. I haven't done that, and that's also on me. That alone would have saved me so much trouble. I've also never been a fan of bottom-up sweaters. I only knitted 1 or 2 so far, and I didn't really enjoy that, so I should have guessed that this isn't probably the right pattern for me. But that's purely a personal preference. If you enjoy bottom-up sweaters, that's so great for you. I love that for you, but I'm just really a top-down girly. I just like my that sounds wrong. That is just what works best for me, so I'll probably just stick to pattern like that. What makes this a little harder is that I really wanted to have this sweater in my closet. I've seen this pattern everywhere, and every time I'm like, well, this is such a beautiful sweater. I would have loved to have this, and now that I tried, I'm just a bit sad. The sweater is still sitting in my closet right now. You probably can't see it, but it's right over there, so I see it every day. I'm not entirely sure what I should do with it. And with the leftover yarn, I still have so much of that. Part of me keeps telling myself, oh, you can finish it. Just pick it up again and you can probably fix it. That's a lost cause. No. I know deep down that this won't work. So when I sat down and thought a bit about what I wanted to tell you about this project, what went wrong, yada yada yada, I had an idea. Hear me out first. I thought, why not make the sweater? But in my own way, probably, so top down. My idea is that I could potentially hack the anemone sweater and just take a simple raglan or drop shoulder pattern that I probably even know and already have, and just take the colorwork design and put it on another pattern. You know what I mean? So just hack the pattern. Is this a good idea? Will I have a bit of work with it? It would definitely be a little bit challenging, but it also seems like a lot of fun. So I'm tempted. Maybe this will be a future knitting vlog, who knows? And if you have any tips or ideas, or just want to yell at me what an awful idea this is, please leave me a comment, but please be nice. What I actually thought would give me a bit more trouble with the sweater is the steeking part. I've never steeked before, I already told you that a million times, but the steeking itself was quite fun. I wasn't that scared of knitting it. It was quite exciting, actually. I learned quite a bit about the whole steeking process. It all went fine. I know this wasn't the typical knitting vlog, but it was important for me to show you even the projects that didn't make the cut. If you enjoyed this video, maybe consider liking and subscribing. It would really help my channel out, but you don't have to. It's all good, it's all fine. And I really hope to see you in the next knitting vlog, which I promise will be a finished project. Yeah, I hope you have a fantastic day and goodbye.